All right, so if you're in the property business, you absolutely know the grind of trying to find good leads. But what if you could stop all that chasing and actually start attracting them instead? Today, we're going to break down a system that's designed to make your lead generation feel, well, almost effortless. Let's dive right in.
So let's just kick things off with a question that probably hits really close to home for a lot of you. Are you just plain tired of chasing leads that go nowhere? You know, it's that constant, draining feeling that holds so many amazing professionals back.
That frustration is so incredibly common, it even has a name, the lead generation grind. It's that whole cycle of putting in a ton of effort for very, very little reward. And I'm willing to bet some of this is going to sound, yeah, pretty familiar.
You know what it looks like? It's hours and hours sunk into cold calls that just go straight to voicemail. The leads you do manage to get on the phone tell you, "Oh, I'm just looking." Your deal pipeline is either a total flood or a bone-dry desert. There's just no middle ground. You end up pouring money into ads that get you clicks, sure, but no real conversations. And because you're juggling all of this, you just know that good deals are slipping right through the cracks.
And look, this isn't just tiring, it's a genuine barrier. This constant reactive cycle is the very thing holding your business back from having stable, predictable growth. But what if you could finally break that cycle for good? Well, the solution starts with a pretty fundamental shift in your mindset. The first part of this system is all about attract. The goal here is to stop chasing clients and instead build a machine that literally pulls the right people directly to you, automatically. You know, a great way to think about this is to imagine your marketing as this powerful magnet. Right now, it might just be pulling in all sorts of random scrap metal. The goal is to fine-tune that magnet so it only attracts the high-quality, serious prospects that you're actually looking for. So, how do you tune that magnet? Well, the system uses 4 key tactics. First, you start targeting your ads only to people who are already searching for exactly what you offer. Then, you pre-qualify them right away with some screening questions to filter out the time wasters. At the same time, you're turning your website from, a passive brochure into an active lead engine. And you're boosting your local SEO so when those serious buyers or sellers go online, you're the first person they find.
But attracting great leads, that's only half the battle, right? If you can't manage them effectively, they'll just fall right through the cracks anyway. And that brings us to the second pillar of the system, automate. This is all about building a bulletproof process to make sure no opportunity ever gets lost again.
Just think about what this really means for a second. Good automation isn't just about some software. It's like having a perfect assistant who works 24/7, never ever makes a mistake, and never forgets to follow up. Ever.
And the process is actually surprisingly simple. First, every single lead, I'm talking from ads, your website, even WhatsApp, gets captured in one central place. No more sticky notes all over your desk. The instant they inquire, an automated message goes out, engaging them while they're still hot. And finally, the system automatically scores each lead so you can see in a glance who's most promising and where you should focus your energy.
Okay, so you've attracted the right people, and you've automated your follow-up. The final piece of this puzzle is about creating some powerful shortcuts. This is the connect phase, and it's where you cut through all the noise and get straight to the most motivated people out there.
In practice, what this really means is leveraging what we call verified networks. So instead of trying to build a huge network from scratch, you just tap into existing platforms and partnerships. These give you direct access to a pre-vetted pool of trusted buyers, sellers, and investors. It's really about shifting your focus from the quantity of your contacts to the quality of your connections.
And when you put it all together, the contrast is just stark. The old way meant cold calls, constant chasing, drowning in admin work, all for a completely unpredictable result. This new system flips that on its head. Cold calls become attract, all that chasing becomes automate, and the mountains of admin work become connect. The result? The whole thing goes from unpredictable to totally predictable.
So, what does this big shift actually mean for your bottom line? Let's talk about the predictable payoff. What a system like this really delivers for your business. Well, the impact shows up in the metrics that really matter. Because you're attracting the right people from the very beginning, your lead quality skyrockets. And since automation is handling all that follow-up, the time you spend personally chasing leads, it just plummets. And what's the natural result of better leads and more time? Yep, your conversion rate, the number of deals you actually close, climbs significantly. The benefits just ripple across your entire business. You get a predictable deal flow that you can actually count on, which frees up your time to focus on what you're best at, closing those deals. With better leads come higher conversions and a more professional reputation. But most importantly, you're not just finding the next deal. You're building a real foundation for scalable, long-term growth.
Ultimately, this is the main takeaway here. This whole thing isn't just some new trick to get more leads. It's about fundamentally redesigning your business around a reliable, repeatable system for success.
So, we'll leave you with one final question to really think about. When you look at your own business, at how you spend your time and your energy every single day, just ask yourself, is it built to chase or is it built to attract? The answer to that could honestly change everything. Thanks for tuning in.